Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Cans. I'm running a server in Discord. It's called the 5EFD, which is stand for the 5 Borough Fire Department for the gaming Into the Flame. Actually Into the Flame, this is the game. So pretty much I wanted to show you how I'm utilizing the water I dumped in here, which is 980, and retrieving it back to the truck with whatever I have from the pumping from the last video. And I should be able to max it out more from there. So it just gave me just, quite a few, hundreds in there, maybe like four and change, and I was able to raise it to 1,330, which is still a lot sufficient to distribute. So what I want to show you is that when you use this feature, remove all hoses, what happened is with this will reset your setting, and it will reset your water. Then you won't have none. You want to make sure this stays open, tank to pumper, and this way you could utilize this on the scene. I mean, you have to configure it now, not when you're on the scene, because otherwise you lose pressure here, and that's just the end game right there. So let me show you real quick pretty much how to do it. Hold on a second. These are standard. 125 will give enough for everybody. 2, 4, and 3 is pretty much discharge. So I want to keep those numbers. Just remember, you're running to the scene and you got nothing to pump to, and you need water, you need somebody to rescue you there. So that's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect it from the hydrant, disconnect it from the pump, so you can see yourself, and then I'm gonna reset it. You're gonna see what's gonna happen. Just gonna drop it there. Doesn't make nothing. I'll run over here. You want to always separate them from the pump, because otherwise you won't be able to detach it, as it thinks you're trying to pull the same one back in. Yeah, no water's coming in from no source, and there you have it. I still got water in the tank. Should be able. Now as I disable this, let me okay. As you see, I'm not connected to none of the hydrant to the pond. It has water. So long as you leave the settings like this and don't reset it, you see I got a green dot up there, yellow and red. That means that's how much water pressure I have when I'm using it. If you open up the decker or you open up anything else to give it water, whatever's in there, you're gonna lose. So this is too much water to lose right now. So, and if I hit return all hoses, look what happened. I lost water pressure. Because I lost water, no matter what I do, now it's overheating and I don't have no water. So how will I feed this 375 discharge if I already got rid of it? See? That's all I got left. How will I do it if the pressure pump is going up? You can see it's flashing right there. It's flashing. It's overheating. So it kind of becomes useless, you see? So back to 50. It will stay hot because 75 is still open somewhere here, one of these ports. It just changes the game. It makes it more realistic if you do it that way. So I wanted to show you that, what happens when you play with those features. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take the truck out. Okay. I like driving first person view. It's kind of cool. I got the mirrors. I like doing that. It's more rideable. So you see the cars. So I'm gonna pull up to this pond. Some of these places do have a hydrant. It's I don't know what you call them, but it's like a weird hydrant. Here's one. I'll turn off the engine so we don't have to hear the noise. So I would just connect from here. Oh, sorry, I had to go to connection. Duh. That's funny. There you go. And you see there is no pressure on it. So now I have to open up the pumper and close the gauge that is giving me that issue with that one. 25, 25, 25, 25. Everything has to be closed down. Now I can maximize my throttle. So here I will go to primer and I will hold the buttons for a couple of seconds. You see the bar going up? That's building up the pressure from that hydrant into my truck. Once it does that, it'll fill in the amount of pressure. So if my pressure could go up to 2,000, 2,000 will be my pressure, fill up completely on this tank. Enough to fill anybody else. I'll release the button, give it a few seconds, it should go down and boom, automatically. I didn't even have to hit tank fill. My tank is full, super fill. I'm gonna do the same thing again, remove this. And I lost all the water. That's one way to do it. Pretty neato. That's how the truck looks too as well. I'm gonna do the same thing. You're only allowed to use one drafting, so you're not gonna be able. You could draft and connect to two different hydrants if you're not getting enough. But yeah, you could do that. This is another way besides I taught you how to use the pumper. You get near the water, doesn't matter where body of the bottom. It tells me press E. It's not coming out, but I press E and there we go, boom. If I want to grab it, it should tell me E, but it's all good. Oh, there you go. You see, there you go. It came out E. You just press E and that's how you put it. But there is no water coming through. You have to build the pressure. So again, throttle's already there. I just need to turn it on, and I will have to go to primer, hold a couple of seconds, and there you go. You see the bar going up, and this will fill it up. I'll let it go, and that should give me enough water. So if you have to run to different parts of bodies of water or wherever you get your sword and build a pond to feed others who can, it's kind of the same thing. So let me just reset this for you. Station 3, tanker 4, tanker 4, respawn. I'll TP to it. So here's another way to pump the system. Let me just, I won't be able if I don't move this off. Yeah, I could have just connected the hose, but it's all good. I wanted to do a clean connection, and it did the back part. Okay, cool. I'll do the driving part side. And again, I'm always going too quick, too legit, too quick. Okay, I'll put this here. I'm gonna get the same amount. Remember that. Besides the extra water, I have my boost it up or not, but we'll see. And I'll just open the tank. That's pretty much it. So I want to dump all that water into discharge 2. I'll pull discharge 2 for the back. You see the hose is fat because it has water already. You do this to an FTC connection. You could do it to a ladder truck, to another engine. You know, it's the same process. I come here and put this one in intake. So in this truck is different. It doesn't have a pumping system, but you have to turn on the throttle on it and then hold this and press it. And normally if you go pick the source up from somewhere else on your own, this truck, it will give you 400, but since I'm feeding it, I could give it 980. If I come with 2000, I could feed it 2000. You know, that's the max that goes on all the trucks when you give them extra water. Some folk might say, well, we don't need all that water, you know. You might be right, but there again, with all that water, everybody's at the scene wasting water with the decker and everything. Not only can you provide water just in case one of the hydrants is broken or you low on pressure or anything, you can always reload the other trucks and say, hey, here's extra water. Put your gauges right the way I showed you in the video and go out there. Oh, I forgot to turn off the easy pumping here, but yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter here on the easy pumping, but it applies more into the engine because you're receiving and you're distributing, and if you don't balance, then you will have issue. I try to teach a lot of most folks this, and they seem like they're having a hard time trying to configure this. So I'm hoping my videos have helped you out completely in how to engage with the pumping system, make the game more fun, more interactive, more professionally. You know, a good player, and ensuring that you could handle your tasks on the vehicle, because everybody wants to ride a truck. And I have this scene where I got like 50 trucks in the scene. Everybody could give me enough water. I see a lot of ladders. Everybody like to do FSC and then lift them up, and then you're wasting water. You're not managing it. You know, it's gone. So you know, if we out here in the field and we need water, and you say, hey, Cans, you know, I'm in so location down this way, you could tell that the ponds and lake and hydrants are pretty far, especially in this little village over here. You know, where you get your water source. I mean, I see 2 hydrants. We don't know if it's broken, low pressure. You can't do nothing with 100 to 200. Only one person can put out water or put it on the FTC if, you know, if it's available, depending on the circumstances. But your truck got to come with water. So this is the baby I pick up when things happen. I fill this up before the game. I start my mission. I fill this up, and if I'll run to them and drop them off this so they could feed this up with water. Then I'll take this tanker and I fill it up with water too as well, and head to the scene to resupply them. So what I will do is I'll max this out to 2,000, and I'll connect it to this truck, and from this truck everybody could distribute from there. And then these are 2 sources that I will use at the scene. So on the map, these trucks are not here in this location. Normally it's like a ladder and an engine, but I figured that if I put these 2 trucks together here, this make them the water support team ops, which is way different from the other one. I do have station 2, I believe, that I got the tanker. And I got the tanker. So the tanker's here, but most folks when they play the game, they disappear. They take it with them to the city. They take them to the other side here. Like, you know, you don't need them up there. You know, you got a lot of engines up there. It doesn't require to take a tanker. Tankers needed here because of this section always engulfing plane. There's a lot of missions here, plane crashing and so on. So you need them here. But you know, I made one down here. This works better. They could run up, support this section where they have that much hydrants, or you know, like I said, every time I load the server, different dead hydrants appear and different low pressure, so not everything the same. I had a time that in this section right here, all these hydrants were black, all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top right here was gone, so they needed water. So either you pick the water here, daisy chain it, or come supply it with 2 trucks and feed everybody. That's pretty much it for my channel. Subscribe, hit the like, join my server. You know, it's smooth, it's realistic, it's password, because if I leave it open, we have folks that don't know how to play, and you know, respectfully, we accept every comer, but they need to follow rules and respect. And if they don't, then you know, we'll lose a lot of players who actually wants to play realistically. So this is why I lock it. Maybe one day I'll buy an extra software and run a different dedicated server that way and just let it run for them, and I'll just run this one since it's an in-game server, so as you can't really do much versus a dedicated server. You can leave it 24/7 running without you exiting the game and shutting the whole server down. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.